Hi guys, I want to take a look real quick at this, a couple of these Module 1 assignments. So, module description, learning objectives, module overview, that's all pretty much self-explanatory. So let's leave that alone for you guys. And this is what I want to talk about, this stuff here. And as you recall from the introductory video, this is the meat of the matter right here. This is where, for every module, reading and resources is kind of where the rubber hits the road. So I just want to mention a couple of things for the assignments for this week. I would highly recommend going through and doing all of these, including your textbook reading, before even attempting the discussion board or the, well, especially the assignment. And I think that even if you think that you remember how to do adjustment layers or whatever, because we really have to do them correctly. And the book, by the way, guys, the book is fantastic. And you do have your first reading in the books, chapters 2 and 3. And I just want to show you the book real quick. This is part of chapter 2 here. And the reason I bring this up is because for this assignment right here, creative brief, I would like you to at least read chapter 2 before attempting that discussion board, because there's a lot of things in here that are going to help you decide. Otherwise, you're just going to say, well, I want to use this kind of imagery and I want to say this is my headline, instead of really giving design principles and elements and really making some informed and educated decisions as to how you're going to set up your ads. Okay, so again, highly recommend reading chapter 2 before answering discussion board creative brief. Okay, one final project review. Go over that 2 or 3 times. It's really important, and then save that somewhere near and dear, both of those rubrics. By the way, the Amethyst Bay style guide is located in Project 1, the 1-1 final. I'm sorry, let's just go there. Go into right here, Final Project 1, Part 1, Guidelines and Rubric. If we click that open, there's the Amethyst Bay style guide right there. So, okay. Back to the book. Yes, the book will definitely help you answer those questions in Module 1. Those. Let's go back there. All of this stuff will help you with the discussion creative brief and especially the image capture process. Now, chapter 3, you're going to have to definitely read chapter 3 before attempting the assignment, image capture 1-3. The reason being is because here is everything you need to know right here. Adjusting images in Photoshop, the Photoshop environment. And this really goes into correcting images for print, as well as something that I consider to be one of the cornerstones in all of Photoshop, and that's the histogram. And this is something, okay, right here, using levels and histogram, guys, that's something that should be near and dear to you by the end of this reading. This is going to help you tremendously in your Photoshop careers. Okay, so let's get that done. One thing I want to mention about that image capture, 1-3 image capture and processing activity using adjustment layers, be sure to submit layered Photoshop files, layered Photoshop documents. Do not submit PDFs because they don't show layers and I won't be able to check for adjustment layers. Okay, that's really super important. All right, again, just to repeat that, please do not submit PDFs. Please submit your Photoshop document .psd in layered, fully layered Photoshop document so that I can check your adjustment layers. All right, is that it? Discussion board, creative brief. That's basically what you're going to do. Is you're going to choose your client. And you're going to talk about your client, and you're going to say, you're going to explain the main message of your ad campaign. All right, think about it and read that chapter 2 before you come over here, so you have some educated decisions of how to answer this question. In other words, I'm going to use XYZ image because it displays so and so, so and so. My idea and concept is a grand reopening where your third meal is free. Well, I don't know, whatever. I'm just throwing that out, but I'm just saying that's how you would approach this. So really get down to detail so that we know exactly what your ideas are before you get into showing us the visual images. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so in a nutshell, that has got to be just solidly defined before we move into trying to represent that idea visually. Okay, hope that makes sense. If not, let me know. All right, guys, thanks very much. And sorry about that, but before I do stop, I do want to mention that if you do have questions, let's go straight to right here to general questions. We can see a couple of students have already started posting in there. So, and the benefit of this as opposed to emailing is that everybody gets to read the answers, and there's a really good chance that a lot of students have the same questions. Okay, so let's utilize the general questions forum. All right, thanks guys.